Hello, my friend. Today I want to talk about the reasons why it is so important to tell the truth, not only for the people around us that we interact with, especially also for ourselves. People think, it doesn't have an effect on you, but in reality, it actually, over time, it has a big effect on ourselves. So generally speaking, everybody lies now and then. The key is really to be as true to yourself as possible. We all have narcissistic tendencies, so meaning in childhood we had this necessity to be self-centered to survive, through screaming, to get fed, to get enough attention, to stay warm, etc. The problem arises as we grow older. In early childhood, if this attention that we all need is not met with attention from primary caregivers through love, affection, and so on, it has an effect on us throughout our lives. Now, if you realize that there is a lack of self-love or a lack of inner worthiness, we all struggle at some level with it. The challenge just occurs when this necessity becomes more intense. We are all like on a grayscale. If you realize that this necessity is higher than normal, don't blame yourself, don't blame your parents. They did what they could with the knowledge that they had at that time. Just be understanding with yourself. So what can we do, and why is it so important to tell the truth and stay authentic? The bigger the discrepancies between the person that we betray to be outside and the person that we are within us, the way we feel, the more challenging it's become. We're creating patterns that are very unhealthy for ourselves and also for the people around us. So the more authentic you are, the more you tell the truth, the better you will feel about yourself over time. If you avoid the truth all the time, the discrepancy between your social phase and who you are or how you feel within increases over time, which then creates like very intense challenges. There was this story about an Indian wise man who was called to solve a challenge or like a dispute between two people, and the children ask what he will do, or why people lie. And he said, well, we all have a white wolf and a black wolf within us, and they are constantly battling, meaning the good and the bad within us is constantly challenged. And he says that the black wolf has fear, anger, envy, jealousy, greed, arrogance, and shame within him. And the white wolf is filled with peace, love, hope, courage, humility, compassion, and faith. And the children ask him, well, which of these wolves will win? And he says, the one that you feed the most. Meaning, if you realize that you are focusing or have been focusing on betraying of facial social face to the outside over time, you cannot change the past, but with the knowledge that you have now, you can change who you want to be, meaning creating more awareness of telling the truth and sticking with the truth. And over time you will realize that you you feel better about yourself, being authentic, and your self-love, your consciousness, and your happiness will increase. Even though there will be moments where it's more convenient to feed the black wolf. But this is a fact. The more you feed the white wolf, the better you will feel about yourself. And over time, you make big shifts. What can you do for your children if you realize that they're not sticking with the truth? And how can you encourage them and explain? So one thing, usually when children don't express themselves at home, they feel fearful of expressing how they feel, and they don't feel validated in their emotions. So here it is important to be compassionate with them and letting them freely express their feelings without judging them. Validate their emotions. Teach them a growth mindset. Explain that no matter how good or bad you are in a field, you can always improve. Make sure that you put emphasis on the effort that they put into learning something, the effort that they put into accomplishing something. This will teach them over time, even if they fail, that they can always improve, and it is about the effort, not just the outcome. Make them realize that success and failure are just not who we are. It is just a snapshot of time, and they can always try again to improve and create a better outcome. Admit with them your own mistakes when you make them. Be transparent. Be a good example of the above examples and implement them into your own life. As we are more validating with ourselves and implement the above mentioned aspect with our children and ourselves, it will be easier for us to recognize that whatever shortcomings we might have, we can always improve on. As we want to implement new behaviors in general, or specifically in this case, telling the truth instead of telling a lie, it helps us to meditate, which increases the self-awareness, and we can acknowledge the moments where you would usually choose a different path. Through meditation, we are more relaxed in general. We can reflect on our own thoughts, and we can also implement by far easier new behavior than before. Also, it is good to surround yourself with reflective, understanding people that are not judging and are good role models of the above mentioned. Through increased awareness, through meditation, and in general, you will be able to acknowledge old behavior and shift it into new ones. Here the key is neurons that fire together, wire together, meaning the more often you repeat a new behavior, the stronger it will get. Be compassionate when you fall off. It is part of learning, and just acknowledge why you failed and prepare yourself for the next time, meaning have an alternative behavior at hand, or just acknowledge that repetition is the key in this case. I hope you like this. Give me a thumbs up. Please share it with other people, and give me feedback, or if you have questions, just let me know.